Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kimberly and I am a part-time reseller on platforms like Poshmark, eBay, Mercari. I send things into ThredUp and The RealReal. And today I am showing you a very small haul from my road trip from Florida to Massachusetts. There were quite a few stops along the way, but the only Goodwill I went to happened to be outside of Buffalo, New York. So we actually parked next to a Goodwill when we were in Pennsylvania, and I was like, oh, I should go in. And then I didn't. I don't know what happened there, but whatever. So anyway, long story, not long story, whatever. Short. I ended up going to a Goodwill in a suburb. I think it's a suburb of Buffalo. It was interesting to say the least because I didn't know what to expect going in. I really don't know the area. It was a rainy Sunday, so I'm pretty sure I got there like maybe 20 minutes after they opened. And I wasn't having any luck. I went through sections, my normal sections. I went through dresses. I went through tops. I always try to start with tops and dresses. I know a lot of people don't do the tops because the return on investment and everything. But for me, I have found that sometimes that is my best bet for finding decent pieces, good pieces, whatever. Well, I wasn't having good luck. I mean, I found like one or two pieces here and there. But then I went to the coat section and I figured Buffalo gets cold. It was cold when we were there. It doesn't matter that I am filming this on May 27th and I think this happened a week ago. So like May 22nd or 3rd. And oh my gosh, it was cold. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm going to see what people in Buffalo wear for coats. And I feel like I did good. So from the coats, I went to the skirts. Then I did athletic. And let me just show you what I found. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to know a little bit more about your sourcing. What is sourcing like for you? What are you finding and what are your prices? Because the pricing in Florida versus the pricing in Connecticut where I normally source is a lot different than what I found in Buffalo. But not Buffalo, but whatever. It was outside of Buffalo. Yeah. And the other thing is we're camping and it's an RV trip, so can't be heavy, can't be overweight, can't be too much. So I tried to pare down. I put back an Oscar de la Renta blazer. I put back I almost wish I didn't though. I put back a 100% wool pea coat. It looked pristine, but I could not find a brand on it. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to put this back. I actually put back quite a few things that I kind of was on the fence about. I put back, there was so much larger size Torrid. And I mean, I didn't find anything below a size 4. So I'm talking 4s, 5s, 6s. And I only picked up 4 pieces, maybe 3. I don't remember the exact amount. We'll get to that in a second. But the thing is that the pricing for some of it was a little more. And it was interesting because some of the Torrid tops, they were size 6 and they had them in the dresses. So they were dress prices because of how big and long and flowy they were. And I was like, okay, this is weird. But yeah, let me show you what I found because one of these things I've never found before. I have only found this brand one other time and it was a flannel shirt and that's not what people are looking for. So I'm excited. It does need a little bit of cleaning up. I've got to figure that out, but I'm still excited. So even though I hate cleaning coats, I feel like this will be worth it. Let me show you what I got. And then I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Okay. Are we ready? I'm going to start with a great piece, I feel like. Are we ready? Are we ready? This is my first time finding it. And it's a great size. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, I found the North Face extra large women's puffer coat with the hood attached, with the fur line hood. It's a faux fur, but whatever. Like, I mean, it's an attached hood anyway. It doesn't come off. But I mean, I've never found one in general. Yeah. So, anyway. It is a purple North Face puffer coat. It has like this belt attachment with the, oh my gosh, I don't even know. Like, yeah. So it's like almost like a, it reminds me of a seatbelt type buckle. Yeah. It is dirty. I mean, you can see that it's been worn out in the, you know, the snow and stuff. But like otherwise, it's in great condition. It's definitely been dry cleaned before. I can tell by the tag here. I don't care. It's an extra large. It's purple. I am so excited by this find. Like, it needs a cleaning, but otherwise, like, oh my gosh. So, I try not to talk about my cost of goods too much because, like I said, you know, what I find in Florida isn't going to be the same as what I find in Connecticut. It wasn't the same as what I found in Texas. It was, you know, it changes depending on where you are. So, like, I feel like cost of goods is not always the best conversation. However, when I averaged everything out, my cost of goods was about $7 per piece. However, that being said, they wanted $15.39 for this North Face puffer. And I was, yes, please. I'm not going to say no to that. According to the many, many tags that are over here, this is a polyester hood and center front pocket, 100% hot polyester insulation, main body and sleeve insulation, goose down. So it has a goose down insulation in the main body of the coat. Yeah, which you could kind of tell by some of the little feathers that were like flying. But anyway, I could not resist. This was like one of the last pieces I found, and I was just like, I don't want to leave this store. But anyway, so excited. All right, next is one of those torrid pieces I told you about. I'll explain that the way I knew this was torrid was the size more than anything else, because it is a Goonies sweatshirt. The Goonies never say die. And so inside in the brand tag, it just says the Goonies, but it said size 6. And I was like, vanity sizing, size 6, and it's large. It's like, it's big. They wanted $5.99 for this. It's in excellent condition. I think it just it needs a lint roll because of being in the bag with the North Face jacket, but whatever. But how I really knew it was torrid besides the size was the material tag that it didn't want to focus on just now. And it isn't even a material tag. It's literally just item number, PO number, cut date, and yeah, all that. This is from August 2020. So I was like, yes, please come home with me. And I love the size. I never find larger sizes. When I do, and if they're in excellent condition, I pick them up, especially if they're decent prices. $5 to $7 may not sound great to other people, but I figure with those sizes, which tend to be harder to find, worth paying up. As a plus size girl myself who wears like size 2X and anywhere between a 0 to a 2 with torrid, yeah, I know how expensive torrid is. And I also know how hard it can be to find cute things. And like, for me, that's cute. So she came home with me. All right, hold on. I'm like, there's still feathers flying. So hold on one sec. Okay. So the next piece, I was shocked at the pricing on this because I would have expected more, especially having gone through the coat section and what I was finding. But I could not pass this up because I feel like this brand just is a pretty consistent brand, especially the older pieces. And this is an older piece. This is a vintage Pendleton, 100% wool. It's warranted to be a Pendleton, Woolen Mills, pure virgin wool, made in the USA. And it's this gorgeous, like, suit coat? Not necessarily suit coat, like blazer. I don't know why that word was hard. It's a gorgeous, like, gray color. Almost grayish blue. which isn't really showing up on camera because even with the natural light, it's a little dim out. It's supposed to rain today. It just was in excellent condition. There is a little bit of markings at the sleeve cuffs. It's like a little bit of dirt. I'm actually going to take this to be dry cleaned. I'm hoping they can spot treat it for me. I thought about doing it myself, but I realized that I did not want to ruin this. Yeah, but otherwise it's in excellent condition except for like right at the cuff there. This is, it says dry clean only right here, and it is vintage. Where is the size? I saw the size on here somewhere. Where did the size go? I know the size is on here, now I can't find it. Okay, well, I can't find the size, and it doesn't matter. But anyway, they wanted $6.99 for this, and I was like, you know what? I'm here for that. I like that idea. So I picked it up. I paid more for Pendleton, so. Next, this was one of those things like, okay, they wanted $9.39 for it. And this is a brand I've never found this low. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to try it. They had this in the women's section, but I'm pretty sure it's a men's. And it is vintage just because of the tag and all that. But it is Burberry. And it's got the S. That's how you know it's vintage and stuff. And it's this gorgeous blazer. It has the, what do you call that? Shoulder pads in it to give it structure. And it has this really nice, like, stripe, like a red stripe going through it. It's hard to see because, you know, it's a dark red going through dark. But it was just, it's such good condition. I've never found the brand. I've always wanted to. Heck, I've always wanted a piece for myself. So here is the interior placard that says Burberry's. And it has the store it came from, which was a Jacobson's, which, yeah. Inside the pocket, it says dry clean professionally, short cycle, low moisture. The pockets don't have anything in them. I always check. And I don't see a size on this, but that doesn't mean anything, I'm sure. Yeah. Even if there's no size, it's fine. I was thinking about sending this into the Real, and we'll see. I still might, but with the way they're changing up their pricing, I probably want to do it now and hope for the best. Partly too so that they can do the measurements, and then if it doesn't sell quickly, I'll bring it home and do it myself. But anyway, yes, she's a beauty. And they wanted $9.39, and like I said, after my cost of goods, with averaged, it was about $7. I couldn't say no. I almost put it back because I'm like, I didn't see a size. I never found Burberry's that cheap before. $9.39. I've never seen it that low. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is I put in a tag sale. You know what I mean? Like, there's things. Now, like I said, one of my last stops was the athleisure section, activewear. And this week at the store, the blue tag was 50% off. And I saw, oh, look, a blue tag. And I was like, I wonder what that is. They look like really nice leggings. And they kind of reminded me of the Spanx, pair of Spanx that I recently sold. Recently is like over a month ago because my videos on YouTube are currently a little bit lagged because of my trip. Anyway, so they're really nice. They look like maybe they've been worn once. They have a real stiff feel to them. They've definitely been worn. You can tell because they've been washed. But they still have their tag and they're Fabletics. They are a size, what are you? They're a size large. And they're 90% nylon, 10% elastane. They have the style number, which was awesome. And I'm just like, for $3, heck yeah. Which, this is what helped bring down the cost of goods, no lie. But it has this really nice pattern to it, like a textured pattern. And then almost like venting at the bottom. I just really like the way these look. And I've done decently well with Fabletics before. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get them. I'm going to try them out. And if they don't work, send them into ThreadUp. That's the other thing. Now that I can print labels again from ThreadUp that are not just the partner kits, I'm excited to thrift more because I did well with, and I've already sold some things, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Probably going to do another ThreadUp video with that kind of stuff, but yeah. Anyway, next, sitting in the aisle right next to those babies was this pair of leggings that I don't know what it was about these, but I just kind of looked at the leg. That's it. I just looked at the leg and saw the Lululemon dot. Now they are clearly capris. The pull tag is missing, and these didn't have a little side price tag on them. So I was like, oh God, what does that mean? Well, I also wasn't sure about size, but I looked in and the little size dot is inside the pocket. It's a size 6. It does not have a style number, so these are definitely older. But for $4, heck yeah. Because worst case scenario, I list these for $20 and I'm happy. We're not going to talk about things like that. And I knew it was authentic too because it has the Lululemon. I don't know if you can see. There's a little, it's like a pill pull and it has Lululemon right there. Anyway, yes. I was happy. There's a little bit of wear. But still, like, they're in such good condition and they're such a nice color. I'm sorry, but I feel like some colors like this, even with the stripe, it's a slight pattern, are still going to do well because they're classic. And it's summer, so, like, I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I still wear capris. Like, I think people forget. Capris are comfortable, and especially for people like me who do not wear shorts, like, give me my capris. Ugh. Next. This one was a fun one, and the reason it's a fun one is it's new with tags. It's size 6. It is the Torrid Susan Komen Foundation collab. It is a tee, but it is another one that just had the little dangly tag. Dangly tag meant $4. Like, I'm not going to say no to that. And it says, it's got a glitter and it says fierce, and it's just a pretty basic. It's their classic fit, 60% cotton, 40% modal t-shirt. Yeah. So I know that, like, a lot of people wouldn't pick something like this up. This is from fall of 2020, but it's relatively new. It's an important collab, and I'm sorry, but I'll list this around 20, 25. I don't know yet. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that return on investment because t-shirts are the easiest thing for me to list. They're easy to photograph. They're easy to list, especially new with tags, especially Torrid. So, last but not least, hold on. Let me undo this. Okay. So the last piece that I found is another one that was like, oh my gosh, mind blown. I shouldn't be surprised because of where we were. But, like I said, the coat section ended up being my, like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Here's all my money. And like I said, there were others that I put back or I could have picked up, but I was kind of being picky once I saw what they had. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There was just something where I was just like, I'm going to be a little picky. Yes, I did pick up a flawed Pendleton, but I was like, this is not a bad flaw. This is a little flawed too, but worth it. So, and this is my first time finding this for this, like, low enough that I'm like, all right, I'm picking it up. It's a Montclair jacket. It is made in Hungary. It has the patches, the Montclair patches, and it is like a, what do you call this? Like a windbreaker. It has the attached hood with the very high zip that goes up, so like only your eyeballs are showing. And I mean, like, it has the Montclair on the grommets and stuff. So, you know, I'm not too, yeah, it has the Montclair zip pull here. Like, this baby is, yeah, So I was super excited. I was like, yep, bringing you home. And again, I'm not sure there's even a size. I don't care. I am sending this one into the Real. I'm hoping for the best because I know that the retail on these can be pretty high. But this is just such a cool piece. It has like almost like a ruffle hem type detail. The only flaw though is in the back where it has like the where this kind of like floats and adds like shape. There's this little tiny elastic piece that you see that's hanging out by a thread. That's it. I thought about like fixing it myself, but no. I'm not really a seamstress. This is a size 1, whatever that means. Yeah, I loved her. And they wanted, come on baby, where are you at? $9.39. Yeah. So that is what I found. I mean, almost a 3-week, was it a 3-week? 2 week? 2.5 week? Almost a 2.5 week RV road trip, and I only went to one Goodwill. Yeah. It is what it is, and I'm fine with it, but I think that the one Goodwill I went to, really, I know we're heading into summer, but that's like the perfect time to shop for the coats. That's how I feel about it, because that's not what people are looking for. Is it a great idea? It depends. I'm going to send these to, like I said, the Real and see what happens. And maybe I'm going to do a video on what I'm sending to the Real. Because why not? You know, kind of talk about what I'm doing, what I'm sending in, why I'm sending it in, and my experience with the Real. Because I'm not going to lie, it hasn't been great. And the reason it hasn't been great is the reps. Because I go between Massachusetts and Florida, I get different reps depending on where I am. I don't get to keep the same rep for, you know, back and forth. The problem is that the one rep down in Florida was great. The one rep I had up here was awful. Like, I had to contact and call a customer service rep to find out what happened to a box that went missing because it got attached to somebody else's account, and I could never get a hold of her. But then when I went back to Florida, I got reassigned to the same rep, and I couldn't get a hold. She like messaged me once, and I couldn't ever get a hold of her. So I'm like, yeah. So my experience with the Real has been but I still like sending things in, especially designer that I'm like I don't do the best with. There's a few brands and a few pieces that I've done well with, and then there's others where I'm like, somebody else needs to sell these. But anyway, I'm rambling. I would love to know what you thought of my Goodwill Buffalo area haul. Would you pick these things up? What's your pricing like? Do you think I overpaid for anything? Would you pick these things up? Have you found any of these? Like, do you find Pendleton, Montclair, Burberry, any of that? This is only the third time I found Burberry in a Goodwill, in a thrift store at all, in person. And it's the first time I've ever been able to afford it. The last time I found Burberry was at a Goodwill in Florida, and it was the other two pieces were similar. They were both blazers, but that Goodwill wanted $79 and $99 respectively, and I'm like, nope, no thank you, not doing that. Especially since they were both Burberrys. They were the vintage. I know that doesn't hold on to its resale quite as well as the newer pieces. But yeah, not worth it. The Montclair, this is, like I said, this is only the second time. The first time I found it, it was destroyed. It was like somebody chewed it up and spit it back out. So I'm really excited by this piece, and I'm pretty happy with what I found. I was being, picky about what I picked up. There was quite a bit of Talbots that I really wanted to pick up because it was cool. It was like nice prints, nice patterns, nice materials, but it was too much. Like, I try and keep my cost of goods with Talbots under $3. No more than $4 if it's a great piece. And by great piece, I mean it's got a lot going for it. And the reason for that is my average sales for Talbots is around 20 bucks. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. But at that, it's not worth it for me to sit on it and list and all that. But I say that, and I list a lot of that kind of stuff, because for me, the bread and butters are what keep the bills paid. So anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and yeah, I have nothing else. That's it. That's what I got. Thank you guys for watching. If you stayed till the end in all my rambling, and you're not subscribed, please maybe hit the subscribe button. And if you like this video, give it the thumbs up. I'd love to chat in the comments about what you find in your thrifts and your thoughts on my haul and what I found and the costs, you know. Because like I said, I won't necessarily always talk about how much I'm paying at Goodwill and whatever, but this was a road trip Goodwill, so it was one of those things where this was something new for me, so why not? Let's discuss. But anyway, all right, guys, it's been fun. It's been a while since I filmed the video, so I hope I'm not too rusty at this, and I will see you guys in the next one, whatever that may be, whenever that may be. I have no idea. Bye, guys.